Hi, parents. I just want to make a short video because the fourth grade students have started their lessons on two-digit by one-digit multiplication, and we have been learning a couple of different techniques to do a problem like this. I'm always a firm believer of doing what works best for you. So I teach three different methods to do multiplication. With two-digit by one-digit, I really only do two. When we get into some of the bigger ones, we'll add a third one. But I always encourage students to do the technique that works best for you. So if the traditional one, like probably you and I learned in school, works better for them, do the traditional. If the one that we're going to learn about today, called the area model, works better, then do that one. Whichever way works the best and they can understand the easiest, I'm perfectly okay with them doing that because it will help them, it won't stress them out, and it's just all together a better way to do it. So let's start with the traditional, and then I'll show you what an area model looks like. So if they have questions when they come home, that you're able to help them as well. So over here on the right side of my screen is a problem 78 times 2. And I do apologize for my writing. I'm doing this all on a laptop mouse pad, and it doesn't write very well, but you get the idea. Um, so first we're going to start off with the factor of 2, and we're going to multiply it up. So 2 times 8 is 16. So just write the 6 down here, and then the 1 gets regrouped into the tens place value. So then we do multiplying over. 2 times 7 is 14, and then you add the 1 and you get 15. So then you're going to just write this 15 right here. And there is your answer, 156. Now, if they choose to do that, great. For these smaller ones, the 2 by 1 digits, a lot of times they still choose to do the traditional way because it is pretty quick and pretty easy to understand. But if they want to do the area model, this is how you would do it. So on the right side, I have a box. Since my bigger number has 2 digits, I have one big box split into 2. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this big number, 78, and I'm going to make it into expanded form. That's why we learn expanded form in our first chapter, so we can do stuff like this. So expanded form says 78 is made of a 70 plus an 8. So in the tens place value is our 70. So that's what's going to go into our first box is 70. Okay. And so you're going to write the 70 right here. If they write it above the box, that's fine too, just as long as it's somewhere around this box. You can also do a time sign so they remember to times it. And then in the second box, you're going to do an 8. So I'm going to put the 8 right here and put a time symbol. There you go. And then on the outside, I'm going to write the 2 because that's the number that I am multiplying by. Okay, so then we just do basically what we did over here, just broken down into pieces. 2 times 70 is 140. Now we know that, but they might not. And one way we've learned to do big multiplication problems is actually if it has a lot of zeros on the end of it, we learn patterns. So the pattern says we can remove the 0 temporarily and just do 2 times 7. So 2 times 7 is 14. And then our pattern tells us that however many zeros we removed, we need to add back into our answer. So we remove 1, so we're going to add 1. If it was more than 1, we add more than 1. So we have 140. Now they're going to do 2 times 8, and we know 2 times 8 is 16. So we're going to write a 16 in this box. Now, with these two numbers, what we're doing is we're going to add them together to get our final answer. And I always tell kids, so think of this line here as like a giant plus sign, right? A giant plus sign, because you're adding that together. So 140 plus 16 gives you 156. Now, sometimes they can tell just by looking at it what it adds to, but sometimes they might also have to take these numbers and actually write an addition problem on the side to add it together to get their final answer. Like I said, either of these techniques are fine to use. It does not matter which one they use. If they use just traditional, that's fine. If they use just area model, that's also fine. Or if they want to use a combination of the two, that is fine as well. Whatever they would like to do. I just want to make sure that you know what they're doing and can help them if they do get stuck. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will be making more videos as it gets a little bit more challenging, but for tonight's homework, this is really all that they need to know. It's just either the traditional way or the area model with the two boxes. It won't ever be more than that for tonight and for the quiz that's coming up tomorrow. Also, I just want to point out that let's make sure that they're practicing their multiplication facts, because what I was seeing in today's lesson is they definitely have both techniques down. They can definitely do them, but where they were struggling a little bit was that was the facts. So they were getting the problem wrong just because they did their multiplication wrong. So just make sure that they're getting out those flashcards and going over it themselves, or if you want to test them for like 10 minutes a night, that would be great for them, so that they become really fluent in it. And these kind of problems can be done at a good speed, and they don't have to stop and take their time and really try to figure out the basic multiplication fact. They can just focus on that they're doing the technique correctly. So that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me, and I will happy to walk you through any homework that you or your student doesn't understand. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye now.